Good evening, chaps and chapettes. It's been a while. Today's video comes to you in two parts. Part number one. There's been a series of videos on Vlogbrothers recently that were addressing what would you say to your 15-year-old self. Now, I'm not going to do that, but I did on my birthday receive an email from myself, which I sent about 9 months previously, and I just thought it was an interesting snapshot of where I was and what I was thinking at that particular time in my life. So what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to read it and then respond to whatever comes up in it. Okay, so, Dear Future Me, I'm writing this on New Year's Day 2010. Hope you are well and enjoying your 22nd birthday. After the last time using this, I felt it's a good way to get a snapshot of how I feel at a certain point in time. So, what's going on in my/your life at the moment? Yeah, apologies, there's going to be a lot of mincing of personal pronouns. It's weird writing a letter to yourself. You can only understand what I'm going on about if you've ever done it. I've got a busy few months ahead of me, I think. I've got rehearsals for Great Expectations due to start in a week or two. How was that? Well, in answer to your question, very well actually. It went swimmingly. There's some pictures on Daily Boost of me in a rather fetching stovepipe hat. I remembered all of my lines for the most part. It was a really enjoyable production, and I got a lot of contacts out of it, many of which I'm still actively in contact with. So yeah, that was good. I got Lambda exams with Sam. What happened with that? Gold distinction, I hope. Sadly, no. That was one of the things that fell by the wayside. What with Great Expectations and Pass It On, which we were doing at the same time, the gold level distinction, which I'd already got and I was really doing for Sam's benefit, unfortunately got left by the wayside. But, you know, these things happen. And while we're on the subject, how did Pass It On go at the drama festival? Well, Pass It On went pretty well actually. We got the Adjudicators Award, or rather I didn't, Oscar, my co-star, did, because he was very good for a guy who had no lines. And I got nominated, although not actually selected, for the category of Best Actor, which was, you know, a nice ego boost. And you know, for a 20-minute two-hander, pretty solid. I did try uploading some of it onto YouTube, although because of copyright issues I decided to take it down pretty quick. I haven't booked my Cygnet audition, but I shall be doing so soon. If I didn't get in this time, for the love of God, I hope I had a plan B. I can't stress that enough, it's so important. Well, good news, you did get into Cygnet. Bad news, it was a provisional place, but we'll deal with that when we come to it. One of the big reasons I haven't booked the audition is because I'm planning to go to Canada. Brackets, I just booked my flight and sorted out my visa. The main reason I'm going to Canada is to see Meg Norris. We met online doing the Guide to Nerdfighting. How is that going, by the way? Okay, the Guide to Nerdfighting has gone from strength to strength pretty much. We've got a load of emails of entries flooding in, thanks largely to the fact that John actually did plug us. I would like to think partly due to the fact that there are a load of people in London where they're mentioning it when I went to see him, but you know, whatever the reason, that's what he did. And I'm still on the promo team. I've been rather distracted from it recently because of a lot of other things going on in my life, which we'll get to, but yeah, it's still going strong, and the project is on course, I think. Things I would like to know about what's to come, if I could. Am I still working at Greenlife? If yes, why? If no, why? Well, I'm not working at Greenlife, mainly because I got into Cygnet. Number 2. What's the 11th Doctor like? I've just seen the regeneration. surprisingly good. I was pleasantly surprised how well the series has progressed after Tennant. I really feel that Stephen Moffat did not disappoint. How did the trip to Canada go, and what is the status of your relationship with Meg now? The trip to Canada went brilliant. She subsequently come and visited me, and we're firm friends. Are you still making YouTube videos? Well, evidently. Sorry. But the V-card issue. Well, you know the answer to that, and I know the answer to that, and I think, we'll be satisfied. I am not really interested in making that public. Because I think it's really of academic interest to most people. If you could send back one piece of advice to me, what would it be? I know you can't, but knowing the answer would be revealing. I'll have to think about this one. I think on balance it would have to be have few expectations. And I don't mean that in a cynical, depressive type of way, I mean that very genuinely. I mean, I know there are a lot of things that you would very much like to do over the next 9 months, and you will do some of them. Although I would say that you should try and let go and just enjoy whatever the fuck happens, because I think that way you'll have the most enjoyable experience on the whole. So yeah, have few expectations. Hope all you like. That's a good thing. Plan all you like, but don't expect. No, that's about it. Just signing off and apologising for, butchering the English language's lack of pronouns. Right. Time for part 2. Part number 2. Cygnet. So, I suppose by now you're all wondering what exactly it is that's been keeping me away from all of you for so long. Well, I'm just going to go on a quick ramble actually about what I've been up to at Cygnet thus far. I started on my birthday, the 15th of September, as you know, and the first 3 days were basically just sort of icebreakers, getting to know your stuff, lots of drama games, figuring out what the procedure of the theatre was, and various other things I won't bore you with. And we already had a lot of work just landed on us. Like, for example, in those first 3 days I was given a monologue to learn, trim, research and prepare for later this month. I've got my preterm reading. I've started one of them, as you can see, but as for the others, well, time will tell. I've also got, oh yeah, this is the script for the scene I'm doing for Fight Night, which is this Friday. I'll come to that. And also, we had a read-through of our Christmas production, which is Dear Brutus by J.M. Barrie. So yeah, all of that within the first 3 days. Plus I had to find some stories about trolls and I had to find, what else? I had to find a song for musical theatre. So that's going to be interesting. I still haven't found anything for that yet. So it's something by Rodgers and Hammerstein or Sondheim, I think he said. Well, anyway. So yeah, busy, busy, busy. All of last week and all of this week, however, it's been stage combat intensive. And stage combat fortnight! Brilliant. It's amazingly good fun, but it's extremely physically draining. So hence why I've not really been able to go all out on the video front up until now. And hence why my Clive's Angels, if you've seen that this week, was a little below par. But I am enjoying it, and so pretty much as I suspected, Cygnet has fast become a rather large part of my life. However, I have hopes that after Stage Combat Fortnite is done, Stage Combat Fortnite, sorry. After that's done, the sort of regular class work, for want of a better word, we do will be slightly less physically demanding, so I'll be able to do more video blogs for you then. There are 12 people in Cygnet's company, 7 of which are first years. They're all lovely people. I'm, really pleasantly surprised that haven't had an issue with anyone, and believe me, that's fairly rare in a working company. But I guess that's kind of what they look for when they're selecting people. It's only really been a week and a half, but I have to say I've missed you guys. Like I said before, I'm hoping once proper class work starts, I'll be able to devote a little bit more of my time to video blogging again. I mean, that is pretty much the #1 recreational activity after gaming and Skyping I do. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to continue making regular vlogs. But if for any reason I don't, if there's a quiet period coming up, well, you'll know why. For anyone else who happens to be in or around the Exeter area, if you want to come and see me in a show or just stop by to say hi, please feel free to drop into the new theatre, which is where Cygnet are. Maybe if I'm lucky, one of the Cygnet company will turn up in a video before too long. Who knows? I mean, as theatrical types, I can only imagine that they'd be slightly less reluctant. So we'll see. Watch this space. What with the intensity that has been Cygnet thus far, it's been nice. Like, the only other thing I've really been doing is I've started some proper weekly D&D sessions with some of my mates from Green Life, which is actually a real godsend, because it's nice to have a weekly nerdy binge, for want of a better expression. So that's pretty much where I am in my life at the moment. This was a rather unstructured, unplanned ramble, so doubtless I've left some things out. But if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you have any comments, please leave them in the comments. If you have anything at all whatsoever to say, please leave them in the comments and I will respond to you. Hopefully there'll be more vlogs coming soon. Until then, I'll see you later. Until then, keep on buggering on.